As dawn breaks each day across Thailand, one of the country's most important and revered traditions unfolds. Theravada Buddhist monks go out on their morning alms rounds to give blessings in exchange for food. But in a few neighbourhoods, there's a quiet revolution going on. The saffron robes are worn by women. And the all-male Thai clergy is not happy.
กฎหมายพระไม่รับรองดังนั้นจึงบวชไม่ได้ถ้าบวชก็ถือว่าเป็นการกระทำผิดต่อพระพุทธเจ้าด้วย
Here in Thailand, only men can become fully ordained monks. For females, it's forbidden. But there's a growing movement of women challenging this rule. They're standing up to the patriarchy and fighting for spiritual equality.
Thai women are very sweet and very tame, and I'm also sweet, but I'm not tame.
Women have found a loophole. They're holding ordination ceremonies of their own, and more candidates are signing up.
My focus is really clear that I have to do this.
If people doesn't like it, it's their problem.
As pandemic restrictions ease in Thailand, the capital Bangkok is roaring back to life. Ann Lotpanyawai is getting back into the swing of things. But the quiet times during COVID made her reassess everything.
Every single day you get up at 5:30, you put your makeup, get dressed, go out, drive to work, and then, clock in, clock out. After doing that life for many years, I just think what the next chapter, the new journey of my life.
Anne works in life insurance and does enjoy her job. She's 43, married and loves her family and friends, but she's been searching for more meaning.
And when I turned like 40 and the COVID came along, after that I kind of think that, probably I'm having a midlife crisis.
Today, Anne's saying goodbye to work for a couple of weeks to go and do something very few Thai women have done. She's defying the Thai clergy and going to be ordained as a novice monk.
ก็เซอร์ไพรส์ที่เป็นพี่แอนที่แบบพี่เป็นคนใกล้ตัวโดยส่วนตัวไม่เคยมีคนรู้จักที่แบบตัดสินใจจะทำขนาดนี้อะค่ะ มันสุดได้แค่นี้
95% of Thailand's population is Buddhist, but Anne comes from a Christian family. After her father died in an accident 20 years ago, a friend took her to a temple for the first time. Then, 7 years ago, she married Dee, who's a Buddhist.
ดีใจอย่างยิ่งครับผมที่คุณแอนได้ทำในสิ่งที่ต้องการครับ
Over the years, Anne's interest in Buddha's teachings has grown.
It's probably the only things that I believe can make me in a better person. Self-development start with his teaching.
Keen to delve deeper, she's about to go into a female-only monastery for 12 days. First, though, one last family dinner before the strict monastery routine begins.
Who will I be meeting tonight?
This is like my mom's birthday dinner because her birthday is coming up next week, but I will be away. So my brother, my sister, my mom, and my husband will be here tonight.
And are you all close?
Yeah, we are very close. A small little family.
It's important to Anne to have her family's support. She wants her ordination to bring them good karma.
ไม่รู้ไม่เคยรู้ว่ามีพระที่เป็นผู้หญิง ส่วนมากคิดว่าเป็นผู้ชาย
What do you think about your daughter doing this?
ก็มีสงสัยว่าเอ๊ะทำไมถึงจะไปบวชใจคิดอะไรอยู่ แต่ก็คิดอีกทีเขาก็แบบเขาตั้งใจไว้แล้วอ่ะก็โอเคให้เขาไปบวช
What do you think about it all?
ก็อึ้งก่อนอันดับแรกเลย ตกใจแต่ก็มาคิดแล้วว่า ต้องถามก่อนว่าบวชนานขนาดไหน แต่พอเขาบอกมาว่าเป็นคอร์สสั้นๆไม่กี่วันก็โอเค ให้เขาไปศึกษามาดู
I tell Kun Ann, we are okay if you want to do this. You can be a monk, you can be everything what you like, but you have mom and you have husband. You have to come back to the real life, not go forever. Whatever you want to do, just go ahead. Do whatever you love, do what you do, but you have to come back.
They all plan to go to the monastery for Anne's big ordination day.
Well, you were saying you think you're going to be emotional too. Yeah.
Like a baby.
I don't know, it's a beautiful moment deep inside my heart.
Yeah.
Happy tear.
Happy tears.
Happy
yeah.
tear.
Happy tears.
Yeah, no hair.
If Anne was male, none of this would be remarkable. Men ordain as monks for short periods all the time in Thailand. It's a rite of passage and a way to bring merit to their families for longer and happier lives. Only a handful of women are doing it, but their movement's growing. I'm on my way to Ratchaburi province, about 100 kilometres west of Bangkok, to meet another woman signing up. Achara Ratanakasin wants to push the boundaries even further. To start as a novice, but then go as high as the men do and become a fully ordained monk.
So all these big established trees are you're doing. That's beautiful.
And Tom is the one who designed the house and built the house.
Such a great house.
Achara became a widow 8 years ago after her husband Tom died.
I didn't expect it's gonna happen, right? He just bang, he got heart attack.
Their wonderful life together was over in an instant.
When I first lost him, I still like grieve and just suffer. So what I did is like start to chant.
Now, at the age of 60, Achara's devotion to Buddhism is stronger than it's ever been. After 2 years as a novice, she plans to become a bhikkhuni, the ancient Indian term for a fully ordained female monk.
I decided to be a bhikkhuni because I feel like I had enough with my life. I don't mean enough in terms of give up my life, but I have such a good life, and enjoy my life every day. But then there are times that I feel suffer a lot after I lost my husband. But I've been through it because I pick up like a Buddha teaching, and his teaching can help to stay away from suffering or have less suffering.
You don't know what's going on, and mommy gonna be leaving soon, huh? Goodbye, right?
As Achara prepares to move to the female monastery, there's a huge to-do list at home, including some things she won't be allowed to do once she enters monastic life. The Buddhist text says monks can't kill living things, right down to ants, so this is the last time she can work on the farm like this.
Will you miss this?
Yes, I think I do. I will. Because I've been here for like 20 years, it's my home. And it's the only home that I have. I love this place. And I said to myself, how am I going to walk away from what you love? And this is the most difficult bit, to walk away from what you have, to go to something having nothing. But then Buddha said become a monk is like you become like a beggar. And I think I look forward to my new life. And I'm ready for that.
Achara's niece and her husband will take care of the farm while she's away and also plan to go to the monastery to support her ordination. In Thailand, there are around 240,000 male monks, but only a few hundred women. The governing body for monks, the Supreme Sangha Council, refuses to recognise them. It says female monks have never existed in this country. Advocates, though, argue they're trying to restore a long-lost female monastic order, started by the Lord Buddha himself when he ordained his own stepmother.
The first known attempt to introduce female monks in Thailand was back in the late 1920s, when an outspoken critic of the clergy arranged to have his two daughters ordained. The Supreme Sangha Council was infuriated. The two women were arrested and defrocked, and the council made an order banning Thailand's male monks from ordaining women. That ban is still in place today.
The Supreme Sangha Council wouldn't do an interview, so I've come to meet a former member, Senior Monk Phra Thamkittimetee.
Can you explain why the Supreme Sangha Council here in Thailand does not accept women as monks?
กฎหมายพระนั้นไม่รับรองดังนั้นจึงบวชไม่ได้ถ้าบวชก็ถือว่าเป็นการกระทำผิดต่อพระพุทธเจ้าด้วย
Didn't the Lord Buddha himself allow women to be ordained?
ใช่ถูกต้องแต่พระพุทธเจ้าอนุญาตนั้นอนุญาตแล้วก็มีเงื่อนไขในประเทศไทยท่านจึงถือว่าไม่มีภิกษุณีมาการไม่มีภิกษุณีมานี่พระสงฆ์จะมาให้การอุปสมบทภิกษุณีให้กฎอุปสมบทกุลสตรีเป็นภิกษุณีไม่ได้
Anne and Achara aren't discouraged by the ban. They'll be heading to Nakhon Pathom, one of the oldest provinces in Thailand, where Theravada Buddhism was introduced from India more than 2,000 years ago. It's also home to Wat Songdam Kalyani, Thailand's first all-female monastery. A monastery that's not recognised by the religious authorities. The head is the Venerable Dhammananda Bhikkhuni, the first Thai woman to take on the powerful all-male clergy and be fully ordained as a Theravada Buddhist monk. Thailand's clergy refused to ordain her. Not deterred, she went to Sri Lanka for the ceremony instead, where male monks are willing to ordain women.
From our side, we are asking for ordination. You are not giving us, that's fine, so we go somewhere else, and then we come back with the lineage.
You've been described as a rebel monk. Are you a rebel?
Hey, the Buddha was a rebel. True. If you read the history of Buddhism, Buddha also stood up against many things that he did not agree. You know, he gave up social structure. That was such a movement, you know, and to allow women to be ordained, such a movement. So that's the beauty of Buddhism.
The idea of becoming ordained didn't occur to Dr. Chatsuman Kaban Singh until she was in her 50s. She was happily married with grown-up children, was a professor of religion and philosophy at one of Thailand's top universities, and had even become a TV personality.
ว่าผู้หญิงและผู้ชายมีศักยภาพในการที่จะบรรลุธรรมเท่ากัน
But then one day when I was putting on makeup, there was inner voice, you know, like another person, ask, how long do I have to do this? That kind of lifestyle, that success in lay life, you know, success in building up wealth and glory in life, very colorful, very beautiful, enough.
So you had a husband, 3 sons, a great career, house, you had it all. Was there something missing?
Yes, something was missing, true. And I spent more than 2 decades feeling this strange loneliness, not fitting in the world, until the time when I was ordained. That's it. This is what I was seeking for. This is the most meaningful part of my life.
But Thailand's first fully ordained female monk returned home to a storm of criticism.
When she came back, she was fiercely attacked by the clergy and the people who didn't really understand what she's trying to do. The clergy saw her move as a challenge of their power, and they couldn't accept women, as equals.
Sinitsuda Ekachai is a journalist who writes extensively about Thai Buddhism.
Sexism is very deep-rooted in our culture. And organized religion in Thailand, organized Buddhism in Thailand is not free from that sexism. It's a totally male-dominated system. Buddhism in Thailand is tainted by this cultural belief that women are lower than men, socially and spiritually.
You often hear this term, a boys' club. Is the monkhood a boys' club?
All boys club, yes. Run by old boys who lived in the past and want to maintain it that way because it's the system that maintains their power.
Temples for male monks are given substantial funds by the Thai government. Boys who enter the monkhood receive a free education, making it a path out of poverty for many. Thai women can become nuns, known as Mei Chi, but they're not held in the same esteem as monks, receive no financial assistance, and cannot be fully ordained.
What Songtham Kalayani, it means Kalayani means women. Women who uphold Dharma, women who uphold the teaching of the Buddha.
Anne and Achara are joining 11 other novice candidates at Dhammananda Bhikkhuni's monastery for 3 days of study and rehearsals before ordination day. They're a chance to memorise and precepts to learn. There's a strict routine around eating. Monks aren't allowed meals after midday. And there are chores to do. Everyone pitches in. There's also time for contemplation.
We have learned a lot. We are really getting into the process of self-transformations. That's what we learned from Dhammananda.
Dhammananda is leading by example, standing up against sexism and showing that women can also be spiritual leaders.
A woman can do it too. Men can say anything they want. But if some woman decide to do it, just go for it. Nothing gonna stop you, right? Nothing gonna stop you, and nothing should stop you.
Phra Thamkittimetee says the monkhood isn't sexist, but he worries about the temptations that might arise if women come into the fold.
เสียพระมากขึ้นตอนนี้ตั้งขนาดห้ามเต็มที่อยู่แล้วก็ยังมีภาพลักษณ์ที่ไม่ค่อยดีจากพระอยู่เยอะที่เกี่ยวกับผู้หญิงนะหรือว่าแม้แต่อยู่วัดเดียวกันก็ห้ามกันได้ป้องกันกันได้หรือไม่นะ
Why couldn't male monks just behave as opposed to women being banned?
บอกกันทั้งสองด้านนะคือผู้หญิงก็บางครั้งบางทีก็ยับยั้งใจตัวเองไม่ได้ก็เที่ยวแสวงหากามพูดตรงๆอย่างนั้นแม้ผู้ชายที่เป็นพระแล้วถ้ายังไม่สามารถกำจัดกามได้ในระดับหนึ่งลืมพระวินัยในที่สุด ก็กลายเป็นเรื่องไปมั่วสุมกันทางกามทางเพศแล้วก็ทำให้ภาพลักษณ์ของศาสนามันยิ่งเสียหาย
That's already happening. There have been a number of recent saffron scandals, with sex or temple fraud at the centre of most. Monk numbers have dropped by around 50,000 in recent years too. Dhammananda believes the way to restore public faith in Buddhism and grow the religion is to work together. But she says the Sangha Council won't engage with her.
They should appreciate what I do, but I'm afraid from a distance, looking from a distance, they might see me as this outspoken nun, this very strong character, that kind of thing, because in our culture, we are very quiet and we are very tame, and I'm also sweet, but I'm not tame.
It's the eve of ordination for Achara and Anne.
A new chapter is about to begin. The day comes. We made it. My journey will be happening tomorrow.
This is something I've been waiting for a long time, and I feel good.
Early the next morning, friends and families arrive at the monastery. They'll play a special role throughout the ordination ceremony. It starts with the women seeking forgiveness from those closest to them.
ขอบคุณขอให้ถ้ามีอะไรที่ล่วงเกินมาไปทั้งที่ตั้งใจและไม่ได้ตั้งใจทั้งอดีตชาติปัจจุบันชาติขอโหสิกรรมด้วยค่ะ
The women's hair is cut and their heads are shaved to symbolise their rejection of ego and possessions.
2 months ago, I started to think, oh my God, I need to shave my hair. What I will be look like. I kind of get worried about my beauty. And then I just like, beauty is nothing for me anymore.
Ordination ceremonies happen regularly for men in Thailand and are usually far more elaborate. What's happening here is understated but significant.
Each step, you are certain, you are aware that you are making a history. I keep telling them, that do you realize that you are part of this movement that is going to be written down in the history? We are on the right side of history.
In Thailand, Buddhist women are told to wear white, never saffron. But these women are reclaiming the saffron robe. It's the most important day of their spiritual journey so far. The women take their final vows, committing to uphold the teachings of the Lord Buddha.
I have changed, and I am now become a daughter of Lord Buddha. Every single moment after this, I need to be careful. The way I think, the way I say, the way I act, I need to be a good representative of Buddhism.
She'll stay at the monastery for another week before returning home.
As I promised to myself, my family and my husband, I can't just leave them now, but in the future, we never know because the futures haven't come yet.
Achara is clear about what she wants for her future, to travel to Sri Lanka for full ordination like Dhammananda did.
And I think I got to go. Whatever it takes, I will do it.
The community around Dhammananda's monastery has embraced the women in saffron robes. The morning after ordination, locals are waiting to offer the new novices food and other essentials for simple blessings.
เขาก็มีกิจของเขาเหมือนกับพระสงฆ์ผู้ชายทั่วไปนะครับเขาก็รักษาศีลรักษาอะไรแล้วก็มาบิณฑบาตเหมือนกันทุกอย่างน่าจะรับรองได้
Do you feel more comfortable talking to a bhikkhuni?
ใช่ค่ะเพราะว่าคือเป็นผู้หญิงเหมือนกันเป็นเพศเดียวกันถ้าเกิดเป็นพระนี่คือต้องเว้นระยะแล้วเข้าไปคุยอย่างนี้ยากขึ้นนะคะ
These women are determined to walk their own spiritual paths, and they're not waiting for permission from anyone in the clergy to do it. Instead, they hope the Thai people will recognise them as they devote their lives to their faith.
Things will change. In the teaching of Buddhism, also, nothing remains. So it will also change.
Do you think you'll see that change in your lifetime?
I didn't think that I would see bhikkhuni in my lifetime. So, yes, it might happen in my lifetime. I need to live long